Who was the guy who like
Jerry,
yeah,
Jerry,
thank you,
Jerry,
thank you.
yeah, Jerry Springer. Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome once again to Dire Past Level. I gotta get my shades on because it's our summertime episode. The sun is out. We're rocking here at the DoPL Arcade. Fresh from vacation, we got our boy TDK. TDK, how you doing?
What's up, guys? It's hot out here, right? God, it's summertime. This AC is broken, and I just feel like we gotta get in our Corvette. We gotta get in a convertible. We gotta hit the PCH. We gotta get the wind in our hair.
Look around you, TDK. It's a summertime paradise out here.
I don't know about you, bro, but I need some sunscreen. I am way too white to be out here.
Thankfully for me, I tan, but that is not to say that we shouldn't apply sunscreen, folks. Please make sure to put your sunscreen on.
Good PSA.
So as I mentioned, this is our summertime episode. Super excited to talk about things that we did growing up in the summertime. I'm talking about school just ended, and it's 3 months of whatever you want, kind of. At least in my household it was. It was like mom and dad still had to work. Figure it out. What about you, TDK?
Let's get serious. The best feeling in the world was when school was out and mom and dad really relaxed the rules a bit and you could just do whatever you want. And it's not like you really could do whatever you want, but that feeling of that you could, the promise of the summer being in front of you. Anything can happen. We're going to stay up late nights. We're going to play video games all day. We're going to play video games all night. We're going to rope swing, BMX bike, save an alien, and figure it all out, right? It's the best.
I don't know about you, and I don't know if TV conditioned me to do this,
Okay.
but I remember being in class on the last day of school and just like looking up at the clock.
Watching that.
Yeah, that was
That
definitely
second hand
one or
got
two.
slower and slower.
Oh my
You're like,
god,
come
dude, just
on.
come on! It goes
A
back
bead of
one.
sweat ran down your brow.
Exactly,
Oh, it's
dude.
fun.
Like literally, there was at least 1 or 2 school years where I very vividly remember, like, no, this is what I'm doing with
Oh, yeah.
my final seconds of school. I'm looking at this clock.
All right, so Ray, take me back. Tell me about the ultimate Nintendo boy summer. What was it like for Ray getting out of school, waking up on that first day? The world is your oyster. What are you doing?
I can wake up anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and like 12:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
this is
guessing on day one, you're pushing it. You're just like, let's just see how far we can take this.
the classic thing, right? I have 2 kids of my own now. I never woke up early on a weekday for school,
Sure.
but catch me during summer vacation,
Sure.
like
Sure. We're
6
not wasting a
o'clock.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're trying
But
to beat your brother to the console, right? You're trying to wake
classic.
up first, all that stuff.
the classic sneaking over to the TV, turning it on ever so gently so that your brother doesn't wake up. Do not wake up, man. This is my time. That glorious feeling of getting even like 30 minutes.
I don't think you've told me that before. I think what you did tell me was you planned it. You're going to wake up. You're going to get those glorious 30 minutes. You open your eyes, and he's already there. He beat you to it. That's
You win some, you
hilarious.
lose some, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes I got there first, and sometimes I wake up to the sound of the Super Nintendo buttons being pressed. Damn it. You win this
So
round.
your parents famously no screens, no video games on weekdays, right? But summertime, different rules.
For sure. Like a 5-day rental used to go to waste on a school week. You're only getting
no
to
sense.
play 3/5 of the time. During summer, it's like Monday, Tuesday. We're maximizing our time with this video game for once.
You're beating games in the summer. You're waking up, you're playing games. I'm sure you're eating some cereal. Then are you going out in the world? Are you finding some water to jump in? Are you taking your BMX to the mall? Or are you kind of like, hey, man, I'm staying in this room?
So it was a little bit of both. A lot of it was just vegging out, sitting around doing nothing. And I'm not saying it was great, but some of it was figuring it out, right? Like, okay, we've had enough. Let's go outside. Maybe a cousin comes over. I kind of bursted out in laughter a little bit earlier when you mentioned this because it just like ran through my mind that we used to play this stupid game during the summer with my cousins called Hypothermia. Worst game ever.
How does
But,
this
like,
work? It's summertime. How do you get hypothermia?
we're doing water play outside. We get the hose, we get water balloons, whatever. Super Soaker 50. I had the Hydro Blaster, which I used to think was sick. You like cocked it, and then you
Okay.
shot a big ball of water at a time at your adversary. However, you know, as potent as a blast as it was no match for the constant stream.
Super
I remember.
Soaker, you had to over and over and over and over and over, and you had to really get that thing.
Right, but you can hold that trigger down whilst
Yeah, it's
pumping,
true.
you know what I mean? Whereas the hydro blaster, camping was a big thing we used to do. I took the hydro blaster, and in my mind, I had envisioned this situation where I'm blasting everybody with bazooka balls of water and being the champion of the day. And then
Sure.
realizing very quickly that I was no match for that steady stream of super soaker water. I was just like, stop.
Right. My eyes.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly.
That stream would get you right in the eyes.
Yeah, it would like poke you in the eye.
You know, it was never as cool as it looked. It looked like you were like, but it wasn't like that. You were just like, dink, 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 dink.
Just to quickly bring it back to hypothermia, though, basically, the water that came out of our hose at home, for whatever reason, was freezing cold. And we would literally play this game where we just pour the water over someone's head for as long as possible. Basically, you just have to say hypothermia when you couldn't take any more
You
playing
guys
this
were
game.
like early on the ice bucket challenge. I would like to point out, though, you got a bunch of LA kids growing up in like 90-degree weather playing the game hypothermia with hose water. You would not have made it in the woods, right?
We don't know the concept. We don't have the slightest clue. Well,
That's
like
crazy.
speaking on that, walk me through a little bit of your morning into like afternoon of your summer.
The sun doesn't go down in Washington until like 10:30 at night. It really lends itself to these endless summer days. And my parents, as much as just like you, it was like all bets are off, go have fun, go be friends. In the woods, you only have TV if you have satellite TV in the 90s. And my parents, who are very cool hippies, were like, you know what? In the summertime, for these 3 months, disconnecting that subscription. Not only do we not want to pay for it because we're busy working, you're not going to sit home and watch TV all day. I remember being very upset about it as a child. You know, you're upset for a day, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to go ride my BMX over jumps. I'm going to go jump off logging bridges and cliffs into water. I'm going to deconstruct this life jacket and all the rope, and I'm going to make like a tow hook for my friend's BMX bike, and he's going to tow me off a jump. And it was endless summer days. And then, you know, be like, man, I'm getting hungry. It's like kind of getting dark. You're like, dang, it's 9:30 at night. We got to go home and get some food. And you go home and you have this big meal because you've been out in the woods all day. And then you're like, you know what time it is? Can't watch TV, so video games. Staying up till 1, 2 in the morning because you haven't really been home all day. You know, you sleep in 8, 9, 10, wake up, do it all over again. It's a really, really, in hindsight, idyllic childhood.
Leaving the TV available for video games exclusively, for some reason, just sounds like
Yeah.
a good balance. It's not like you're going to play video games all day, but it's nice that when you do turn on the TV, it's a little gaming sesh.
I'm an only child, so I had a tiny little TV in my room, and that was the gaming TV. My friends and I would be in there doing our thing. The main TV in the rec room or whatever, that was just for movies. VHSs in the evening. It's getting dark outside. We're gonna throw a movie on. Those are fun nights too. It made the TV time way more special.
And as iconic and as probably formative as Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and
I didn't get any of
Ricky Lake was to my upbringing, I don't think you missed out on all that much.
Who was the guy who like
Jerry,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry Springer.
So I was aware of them from like the lexicon, but I
Right.
never saw any of that stuff. No. Getting back to games then, what are a couple games where you think of summertime, you're like, man, I played that all day, all night. That one was the summer game.
During these summers, something we did often was go to my cousin Jeffrey's house. We'd go in the morning, bright and early, and we'd stay. Sometimes we'd sleep over. And Jeffrey had a Nintendo 64. So
Okay.
did we. But he was maybe the only kid on the planet who, on launch day, instead of Mario 64, got Pilot Wings 64.
I love that game. That was fun.
Yeah.
I played that game too.
Really good game, but on launch day, Nintendo 64, very infamously now, only had 2 games to choose from. Who wasn't getting Mario 64?
100%.
But Jeffrey, I don't know if he was there when the purchase was made, but he had Pilot Wings. It worked to our benefit, right? Me and my brother played Mario 64 till the wheels fell off. So going over to Jeffrey's house, we got to play the other Nintendo 64 game. And so that was one that we played so much. I don't know if I loved it. I liked it.
Even now, when you get a new console, any game will do. You just want to be like using that controller. You want to be playing that console. It's so funny to hear you say the other 64 game in a world where I've been complaining ad nauseum about the lack of new titles for the PS5. There were 2 titles.
Yep.
And we were all so excited about having an opportunity to play the other one.
Eventually in that timeline, let's say a few summers later when that library expanded, another one that for whatever reason kind of burned into my mind is we would play International Superstar Soccer 64.
Okay.
Really
Sports
good
games
soccer
hit
game.
in the summertime when you could create your own team, play through an entire season. And then for me, I'd go out and play that sport. We'd like be inside playing FIFA and then be like, all right, let's go to the field.
Oh man, now you're taking me over to something entirely different, but also on that same wavelength. Mighty Ducks came out, and you better believe that the
Field
moment
hockey.
I left the movie theater, I was putting on my rollerblades with all my cousins, and we were
Yeah.
playing street hockey.
I'm with you, dude. I had the inline skates. I had the hockey sticks. I had the puck that had like the asphalt bumps on it. You know those
Mine
pucks,
was
those
a
street
ball. I
pucks?
had like a straight up, really hard yellow
Yeah,
ball.
I think that's the correct way to do it. I had this hockey puck, but it had like these plastic kind of half circles on either side.
You got the optimal puck because everyone knows that with a spherical, you cannot set yourself up for a knuckle puck. And that's the most
Oh,
important
that's
part
what you need,
about
dude.
playing street hockey.
Triple deke and a knuckle puck. That's everything.
That was huge.
So for
dude.
me, I'd say like a couple different eras of summer games, but in the same way that I would save Batman Arkham Origins just for the Christmas Eve gaming time because I just wanted to be a Christmas Eve game on Christmas Eve, I would do a similar thing in the summertime. So Outrun was a big one. Classic, palm trees going by, endless sunset in the front. And then I'd get bored of that and I'd go to Road Rash. That was pretty fun. And then as I got older, I think the thing that I remember really leaning into, and I was quite a bit older, but Vice City was just summer vibes, right? The soundtrack, the fact that it's in the 80s, the neon, it just felt like you're supposed to play that during summer. It'd be hot outside, and it's Washington, so it's not always hot outside. It's only hot outside a few days in the summer. And I'm like, man, Vice City sounds good. And that was probably the big one for me.
I can speak a little to that too. For me, that like summer sun was hitting outside and I needed to get a little splash of water on my face. Wave Race 64.
And Hydro Thunder.
Ooh, Hydro Thunder. Yes.
Hydro Thunder was one. I forgot about it. You just unlocked it in my brain. Dude, any type of water race game, big time.
Still to this day, so unbelievable back then to be playing Hydro Thunder. And it looks like the arcade game. Because
Felt
when
so
you were
good.
playing that N64 Cruisin', they weren't fooling anybody. Yeah, it was fun, but it didn't look like the arcade. Hydro Thunder and a lot of Dreamcast games was just like, whoa.
What else did we have? We had Rush 2049. You had the wings that would come out. You could glide. You could customize your car.
Okay.
But for me, it was the kind of demo area. Remember the demo area? Much
No,
like Tony
I
Hawk
never
Pro Skater.
played 2049. You're educating me right now.
San Francisco Rush and Rush 2049 had this kind of freestyle area.
Mm-hmm.
And you would go see how many flips you could do, how many backflips, side barrel rolls, you know, like all that stuff, right? And I would do the thing where I would turn the music in the game off, but leave the sound effects on. And then I would put my own music on in my room. And specifically, I would put Michael Jackson's Thriller on. Whatever that summer was that I was like into the Thriller album, I was listening to that all the way through. And I would play that freestyle level until that album was finished. Forgot all
Solid
about
session. Thriller, all 10 tracks, all killer, no filler.
It's like a quick 35
I think it's
minutes,
9. It might
40.
be 9 tracks.
I think it was like a 25-minute session. I would get through most of the album. Or maybe I would play 2 sessions and it would be one album type of thing.
Did your family ever go on trips?
We certainly did trips. There was one spring break where we did the classic National Lampoon's Vacation road trip to Disneyland with the full meltdowns. Because you know how you said your family went camping a lot? The reason I lived in the woods is that my dad was a park ranger. In these woods, he was in charge of this national park, but also this specific campground within the national park. So his job in the summertime was high alert, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then his job in the wintertime was a little bit more relaxed where he wouldn't work 12 hours a day. He'd maybe work 4 days a week. So the summertime was not our family trip time. However, everyone else from the city, from Seattle, from Tacoma, from like the greater kind of Northwest, were coming to this campground for their family summer vacation. And I just lived there. So I woke up and I'd be in the lake doing all the things we talked about. Then in the evenings, I'd be at the bonfire with my friends. I'd have the full camping experience. And then I'd go home and sleep in my own bed and play video games, which was the best. Yeah, I wasn't hurting for a vacation in the summertime. I was like right where I wanted to be.
There was one place we went to very regularly. You can almost count on it every summer. And I'm still very fond fun of it to this day. Viva Las Vegas.
Family Vegas trip.
You know, you can get in the car and get there. It didn't cost all that much. And
One day to get there.
Couple nights at the Tropicana or the Luxor. We stayed
What
at.
did you guys do as kids?
I mean, as a kid, I had no understanding of what was going on. I just thought it was a kid's paradise. You know, every Las Vegas hotel and casino has an amazing swimming pool, cool water slides or lazy rivers. And sometimes we'd go with cousins who were staying at the other hotel. So we can check out multiple pools over our trip. Definitely do remember walking on the strip, people handing out flyers of like half naked or totally naked
You're
women.
like, oh, this is just normal here. These must be their friends.
Speaking to the DoPL side of things, right? Arcades.
Yeah.
Circus had an awesome arcade. Excalibur had a premier arcade. It was like a carnival and arcade all in one.
Our childhoods were vastly different. You're like in LA vacationing in Vegas. In theory, both of our childhoods are like National Lampoon's movies, but they're
right.
Like, mine's more John Candy in the woods and yours is more Vegas vacation.
I'm still very fond of Las Vegas to this day because of it. I love the smell of cigarette smoke. The cigarette smoke kind of embedded into the carpet. I'm home, baby. I'm home.
That's the worst thing you've ever said to me. That's so gross. I know exactly what you mean. I really like Vegas too. Like, I think it's really fun. I'm not really a huge gambler, but I like to go to the shows. If you're a food person, the most fun, right? The smoking is still a thing indoors in Vegas. And you're like, this is crazy. Because we live in a place where that's kind of 100%
illegal.
Like, nobody smokes. Yeah,
right.
Like literally in Santa Monica, you cannot smoke. You can smoke inside your home, but you can't smoke outside.
I just got me a pack of the bubblegum cigarettes.
Okay. The bubblegum. Long pause after you said I got me a pack.
For dramatic effect.
Like, what are you talking about? Remember getting that? It had like a Native American guy on it, I think. Or had some kind of like paraphernalia. You'd take that pack. And you take one out. You would just do the whole thing, right? Flick it out, and then you turn it into gum. But you had to do, you know, the classic ritual.
Mom would be like, he's way too good at that.
Yeah.
Just to round things out a little, coming towards the end of summer, which was like a big deal for me, especially in the era where like school didn't start in the beginning of August like it does nowadays. Sure. It feels like school just starts earlier and earlier. My birthday, August 26th. I was still on summer vacation and I got to kind of go out with a bang, right? Big birthday party, usually family at my house, almost guaranteed video game box wrapped up for me.
That's pretty sweet, right?
First week of school, share something about your summer or share something about yourself that you'd like the class to know. I write down like, I have killer instinct. I remember my teacher being like, what? Is this kid all right?
Like any kid, the few months before your birthday go a little slower than the other months in the year. You really want that birthday to come and you're thinking about what you're going to get and you hope it's the thing you want. And if there's 3 months that you want to go slower than any other 3 months, it's the summer months, right?
For sure.
So it's kind of perfectly timed for you. It's like all summer you're just anticipating and waiting for that birthday. And also you're kind of distracted and you have stuff to do. That's a perfect setup.
007 was a huge August 26th birthday party get for me. I remember my dad was in the hospital getting his appendix out and not being sure if he would be able to come. Not being sure myself if he was going to be back from the hospital on time for my birthday. It being like a big deal to me. I think they even like kept it a surprise. And then my dad coming and like, Dad's here. Getting 007 on top of that. I was just like, best birthday ever.
That set up your whole holiday season. That's what you did until Christmas.
The best part about getting a video game at your birthday party is that everyone's just like, let's go. Everyone like stampedes the bedroom, boot it up. You're just all gathered around in a circle watching that new hotness on the television for the first time.
Kind of a hack for the parents. I bet they're like, okay, great. They're taken care of now. Let's just chill.
Totally. Looking at things from that perspective more and more with every day, right? Like, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, totally. Good summer times.
I mean, we're barely at the beginning of this one, so more stories, more memories for me and, you know, for the future of DoPL Arcades, and they're very lucky. They go to more than just Las Vegas, and I try to remind them very often how fortunate they are, so.
Your kids do have like a very unique experience in the world. They get a really incredible education about food and culture, and they're going to be very cool adults. All right, man, I'm going to go put on some pastel suits and jump into like a white convertible. I don't know about you, but I got to drive into that sunset.
Don't forget to put sunblock and reapply every 30 to 40 minutes. Very important here at DoPL.
For me, it's more like 20 to 30, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
All right, Doppelgang, we hope your summer is going as good as ours. Get those super soakers out. It's a long summer ahead of us. I've been having a blast chatting it up with all of you in the comments sections of our social media posts. Keep hitting us up. It's always nice to hear from you all. Talk to us about your summer experience, and we can't wait to hear from you in the future episodes. TDK, any final words?
Let's all go put on In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins and, feel that warm breeze in our hair.
All right, gang. We'll see you at the next one. Peace out. Hey, everybody. It's Ray here. Just wanted to thank you for tuning into the Dire Pass Level podcast. If you want to hang out and join us for the next episode, make sure to like and subscribe. That way you're notified when our next episode releases. If you really, really, really liked it, you'd do us a solid if you left us a review. Reviews are a great way to spread the word about our podcast, and the more gamers to share these stories with, the better. All right, we'll see you next week. Have a good one. There we go.